I know there are some of you out there that don't care. Okay, I've ran across you, talked to you, and you're like, what's up, Two Wheel family? Welcome back to the channel. It's your main man, Booster Rails. I got a good one for you today. Today, we're going to be talking about one of the, well, not biggest, but one of the oldest discussions in the motorcycle community, and that is ethanol versus non-ethanol fuel for your bike. But before we get started, go ahead and do me a favor. Hit that like and subscribe to join the Two Wheel family, a positive place for all riders. Young, old, new, experienced, doesn't matter. Everybody's welcome here. Now, when you pull up to the gas pump to gas your bike up, what are you looking for? Are you looking for the cheapest price? Do you want the highest octane? Or are you looking for non-ethanol fuel for your bike? And for myself, it's going to vary. Depends on what I'm doing, where I'm going, how long I'm going to be there, how long this fuel is going to be in this bike. Because if I'm going out and it's going to be a day of a lot of riding and I might go through 2 tanks of gas, then I'm probably going to go with the highest octane, which is in my area, it's 93, premium 93 octane. Now, if I'm going to ride for a little bit and then I might not ride for the next week because I'm busy or got stuff to do, I'm probably going to make sure that I put in the non-ethanol. Because if you don't know what non-ethanol is, basically it's a grain fuel. It's, you know, they mix that together with pure gasoline. Some people call it gasohol, some people call it ethyl alcohol, or some people even call it grain alcohol. But dealing with fuels that have ethanol in them, you need to understand what's going to be best for your bike. Now, for older bikes, I highly recommend that you stay away from ethanol completely. That's just my personal experience. My personal from knowledge, from talking to people. If you have, older bikes, stay away from fuel that has ethanol in it. Okay, don't know why that was such a tongue twister, but stay away from fuel that has ethanol in it. So no gasohol, no ethyl alcohol, or no grain alcohol. If you can help it. I know sometimes there are no places nearby that has ethanol-free gasoline. You got to do what you got to do, but just make sure you're doing a lot of routine maintenance on your fuel system. I would say that if you have to use fuel that has ethanol in it. Now, you got to understand too, there are some fuels that have ethanol in them that are worse than others that have ethanol in them. It all depends on the percentage. I say if you have to use fuel that has ethanol in it, make sure it's no more than 10% ethanol inside the gasoline. Okay, I think that's going to be good. It's not going to, completely ruin your bike. But I think if you 10% and below, I think you'll be fine. Myself, I'm fortunate. I have a Royal Farms gas station down the street that has 90 octane non-ethanol. Now, you may see pumps that are rated, different, levels of non-ethanol. Make sure that you're looking in your manual. That's the first place I go to when I get a new bike. Okay, what's the preferred fuel? Okay, so my bike, my 2024 Hayabusa recommends a minimum of 90 octane. But like I said, if I'm ripping and running, I'm gonna put 93 in it. Okay, so I exceed the expectation. Now, the non-ethanol fuel that's available down the street is 90 octane, so that's that minimum. So I'm not gonna put anything less than 90 in there. I don't care. Now, I know there are some of you out there that don't care. Okay, I've ran across you, talked to you, and you're like, gas is gas. It don't matter. You even put 87 in your bikes. Now, when you get that maintenance bill or that service bill for that fuel system, just let me know how that works out. Now, there may be bikes, like I said, I don't know, that work fine off of 87. I'm just not going to own one. And even if I did have one that could take it, I probably wouldn't even put it in there anyway. When it comes to fuel, it's just like anything else. I want to put the best in there. I think that's like you drinking Dr. Pepper and saying that that's, healthier than drinking water type deal. Something like that. Like, give me the good stuff, the pure stuff. You know what I'm saying? And now another time where I'm going to solely do non-ethanol is if my bike is going to be sitting for a while. Like, if I know, just for example, the next 2 weeks here, it's raining every day for the next 2 weeks. Yeah, it's crazy here in North Carolina. So, and then a couple of days it's in the 70s, but then the following week there's a snowflake on the calendar. I don't understand, but guess it's not for me to understand. So what I do is I'll run out the 93 in there, and I'll go ahead and put the 90 octane non-ethanol fuel in the bike. So it'll be sitting there for 2 weeks. Now, that's just me being precautious. Do I have to do that? Probably not. I love to err on the side of caution. That's just being who I am, and that's how I take care of my stuff. I'm not gonna, especially dealing with bikes, I'm not gonna push the mechanical aspects, the engines, the transmissions, and the clutches. I'm not gonna push them to the breaking point or find out what the breaking point is. That's just not me. The only time I see that being, logical, okay, if you're in a drag racing, okay, or if you're in a racing period, you race, break, repeat. Well, let me do it again. Race, break, fix, repeat. When you're drag racing or racing, that's what that is. But as far as my everyday, right, I'm not trying to see, how bad of gas can I put in this before it, breaks or messes up, before my fuel system is, corroded and all this, before my gas tank starts to rust out. Like, I'm not trying to do all of that. I take care of my stuff. And just who I am. So which octane do you typically prefer on your bike? Are you a 87, 88? I've seen 89, 90, 91, 93, 95, are you running, what is it, VP, or what are you running in your bikes? Let me know, because, I know some people have more knowledge than I do. Like I said, all this, I'm going off of experience. I'm going off of talking to other people. I love to get feedback from you guys, because a lot of times I learn stuff that I didn't know that I can add in to my book of knowledge now and share with other people. And also, people that watch this video, they can also see that down in the comments below. So make sure you leave that comment on what type of fuel you use for your bike and why you use that type. Some people got their preference. Do you have a preference for a gas station? I know some people only go to one type of gas station. They don't care what the price is. They don't care what such and such gas station down the street doing. They're gonna always go to that one gas station regardless. It don't matter, But be mindful too of the gas station you choose. Make sure it's a reputable one, because you don't want to get gas and it got water, water in there. Now water sitting in your tank. Now water rush your tank. So, and also, if you can, in the summer times, think about it. It's maybe a myth, but maybe it's a myth that I fell into. In the summertime when it's hot, get your gas in the morning while it's cooler. I was always told to do that. They say just because, I guess you may get more bang for your buck because it's not hot down in the tanks below the ground, and I don't know. But I've always done it. So if you can't get it on the front side of the day when it's a little bit cooler, don't wait till the highest point of the day to get your fuel. But I just wanted to make sure that you guys understood about ethanol and non-ethanol. Like I said, ethanol is a grain fuel. It's mixed with regular gasoline, and it's almost like you're trying to stretch it to make it last. Or some people, when they cut their alcohol, you know what I mean, like to stretch it, make it last, get more bang for your buck, so to speak. But me, like I said, if I'm gonna run 93, it's gonna be because I'm gonna run through it, and my bike's not gonna be sitting for a month or anything with that sitting in there. Now, one thing out, one tip, I don't know if you want to call it a secret or whatever, the premium fuel with ethanol, it actually performs, I want to say perform better, I don't know if that's the right terminology, than the non-ethanol 90. You get more spark for your buck, so to speak, out of the the unleaded premium fuel. So think about what type of fuel you're using. Make sure, like I said, you go into a credible source. If you want to search for ethanol free fuel in your area, you can just go to Google, and there's a website where you'll be able to just put in your zip code, and it'll tell you all the gas stations that got non-ethanol fuel and how far they are from you. So I did that, but I kind of already knew that there was one down the street, but I did end up pointing out some other ones that I didn't know in areas that I ride to. So make sure that you're using the right fuel for your bike. Check your manual. If you bought a bike used and you don't have the manual, your manual is online, trust me. You can find it. And if you have an extremely older bike, Google is It's amazing. Someone out there knows. So make sure you're taking care of your bikes. You know, your bike is like your body. You know, you got to be careful what you put inside your temple. So make sure you be careful what you put inside your bike. So if you haven't already, do me a favor. Hit that wonderful subscribe button. Join the Two Wheel family. That's all you got to do to join the family. Just hit that. Don't cost you nothing. You know, a positive place, positive people, you know, positive riders, sharing information with others, helping new riders feel comfortable. And it's just a family atmosphere. So until next time, it's your main man, Booster Rails. Ride safe, lock into the channel, join the family, keep the rubber side down.